get started.
Now this is a more difficult trail this way.
Yeah.
Know that.
Okay, good morning everyone. Rick and Deb here. We are at the Chapin Nature Center. It is Tuesday morning, October 21st. It's about, a quarter till 11 or so. And we're going to do another trail. We were just here like a week or so ago. And what I'm getting ready to show you, I didn't even see this, so we're getting ready to leave. They've got this little lean-to built over here, and I don't know. It's in memory of this lady that worked here. I guess she's passed away. There's a little pond right behind this little shelter thing here. And there's a little bench that sits here, and it's in memory of Helen Reuter Pond, one who protected and provided all of God's creatures, large and small. Okay, let's go back and look at this. Let's go back and look at this little pond back here. This may not be a trail. We may have to go the other way. But I wanted you to see this little pond back here. They've got a little water running. And you may or not be able to hear that. No. This is not a trail. We'll have to go back the other way. But I want to take a different way than we went last time. They got one little stream of water coming out. But that's Reuter Pond. Okay, yeah, this is clearly not, if you can look down through there, there's not a walking trail through there, so that's going to be a no-go. Okay, we're going to go the other way then. But we're not going to take the river trail this time. We're going to try to take another trail today. It's really a nice day today. There's no wind at all. We're the only ones here other than staff. And it's like lower 60s. But because there's no wind, it is really nice. I don't have a coat on. I do have a heavier type shirt on. But I did bring a coat. But I just don't think I'm just not going to worry about a coat today. But that's the Welcome Center. And they do have bathrooms in there. And they got a little museum in there. I've been in there before. They got a little flower bed here. There's a bird feeder right there. Okay, well, they got that one trail blocked off, so I'm not sure. I don't really want to go down the same trail this morning if we can help it. But let's just play it by ear here, see what happens. Their great big staircase that they've got out here is closed down. Because I guess here a while back, they had a real bad storm. And knocked that part of that staircase or whatever it is, stairs out. And it has not been replaced or repaired yet. Now this trail right here used to be open. Right here. But now, no trespassing private residence beyond this point. Well, I thought that was open at one time. But it's not anymore, so I have to go back the other way. But we're going to try to take another trail this morning. Anytime you go on a nature trail or any kind of a hike, make sure you bring water and snacks. And most people have a cell phone now. You may not have any service, but just make sure you have, the necessities. It depends on how long you're going to be out, of course. We're only out for maybe a couple of hours. They've got a really nice looking, it almost looks like a lodge. It's part of their Welcome Center. Now, that may not be a path No, they got this big open area, and there's a structure, a lean-to. I don't know what that really does anymore, but we're going to go on ahead. I think after this, I'm not going to do a lot of talking because I thought you could hear the sounds of nature, birds chirping and what have you this morning. Now, last time we went, that's a bluff trail. We're not going to do that this time. As a matter of fact, we could take this trail over here if... Oh, now they got a caution sign up, so I don't know if it's still... Oh, I think it's still closed. It's still closed off. We might walk down here and see why it's closed off here real quick. I'm not sure. It looks like this front part's okay. Well, let's just kind of mosey down here and see what's going on with these stairs. It is marked off, but let's just see if we can peek and maybe we see what's going on with this staircase. No, I don't know. I can't go out far enough to see what's wrong with it. So it does look like this main part's open, but I don't know. We probably better not. Let's just go ahead and go on. Hopefully they'll get fixed one of these days. Okay, well, let's go this way. Boy, it sure is quiet here this morning, though. Except there's something banging around down there. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's down there working or something. It's really a pretty morning. I think this housed something was in here at one time. It's not been used though for a long time. I think some kind of critter or animal or whatever you want to call it, bird, was in here. But like I said, I don't think it's been used for a very long time. A little birdhouse right there. Yeah, that looks fairly new. Okay, well, we're going to go on.
Look at the mushrooms on that tree. See the white? They're all dried out.
Oh, yeah? Yep. Yeah, we have some mushrooms in our front yard.
Yeah, no, those are toadstools.
Oh, toadstools. Okay, I
Mushrooms.
apologize. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But, yeah.
I don't think toadstools grow on trees. I'm not for sure, but I don't think so. I don't forage mushrooms because I don't know.
Yeah, mushrooms, you got to be really, you got to know what you're doing on those because some of those are poisonous and you got to make sure you know what you're doing with mushrooms. I do not. I just get mine at the store where you know, hoping that they're the edible type. There are a couple of houses down in here, 2 or 3 houses down in here. I don't know if they're owned by the Nature Center or if it's just private people have been down here, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'd heard at one time that the curator lived on the premises, but I don't know if that's true or not. There's a pretty good sized house up there, though. I may not be able to see it on screen. Oh, there's another gray building up here. That may be another house. I'll try to give you a... Oh, there's some more. Yeah, there's some on that tree over there.
I'm pretty sure those are edible ones. I mean, they're already dried up, but...
And there's a bunch of them around that tree. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and let you see those mushrooms.
I'm pretty sure those are edible. Just
Look
take
at
the
that.
knife and cut them off,
Cut them off. Yeah, it could be.
and then you fry them in butter. I've seen those people that does forage. I've seen they get those before.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure you can't do it here, but
Oh, no, not here. Yeah, they're very strict about removing or taking away from the...
planted some flags over there. Probably when there used to be a house here.
Right here?
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
Somebody's probably had a house down here.
Yeah. There might have been a house down here at one time. I can't remember when they first...
Irises, I should say irises.
Yeah. I can't remember when this first got started at Chapin Nature Center. But there's a point, if you go far enough, it's actually all blocked off because that is all. If you go far enough down in this nature center, there is private property that's not owned by Chapin Nature Center. They're based on the Wichita Audubon Society, and they're the caretakers or owners or whatever you want to call it of this property. And we've been coming here for years, off and on, years and years and years. But until last week, we had not been down here for several years. But this is really, I know if anybody that might watch this, if you live anywhere near Ark City, this is really cool down here. Yeah, we got some drop-offs here. I got to be careful where I'm going here. There are tree roots that stick up from the ground, so you got to really be careful when you're walking on these trails. Pay attention to where you're walking, because you will trip if you hit one of those wrong. And I wouldn't want to do that out here. Now I thought, see, at one time, this trail here went right on back to you could take this and walk right on up to the office. But see, this is all, somebody might have bought a house up in here or something, and I'm not sure. We haven't been here until last week. We've not been out here for a very long time. So something's changed, because I know we used to walk up that road. This is interesting. This post looks like they've got cut marks in it. See, that says visitor center on it, and that's where used to be a walk all around there, but yeah, it's not that way no more. Somebody's evidently bought a house or something up in here, but something's happened. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you, but it's been changed somehow or another. over the years. So I bet we went, oh gosh, several years and never came out here. We was doing other adventures, traveling and such. But now, we're doing this now because it's not like 115 degrees outside. You know, it's just pretty comfortable to go nature walking right now. And I do like the fact they got numerous benches out here that you can stop and take a break. Now I think there used to be a river that ran through here. Now there's not anymore, but I think there used to be, I think, a long time ago, because you can tell where the river might have ran right down there. Probably many, many, many years ago. Well, now we're coming up on this Spring Creek Trail. And I think this used to be wetlands a long time ago. All it does is make a loop, and you just walk right around it if you so desire, but it just makes a loop. And it just goes this way, goes on around. If you want to walk that way, we sure can. Yeah, we can. Spring Creek Trail. And like I said, I think right in the middle of this trail used to be a wetlands area. Now it's not anymore. Oh, I guess you can either go this way and you walk right back out, or you keep going. Let's keep going. I'll show you where this wetlands used to be. But yeah, you can just tell that there was a river that used to run down through here. And they do have signs posted that tells you where things are or were, or whatever, you know, as you're exploring Chapin Nature Center. And see, they'll tell you on the sign up here, Kingfisher Wetland. Well, I don't know. It may still be a wetland, but I've not seen anything. And we've been down here, like I said, many, many times, and it just don't look like it is anymore. Of course, it did back then as well. But yeah, and they've got more trails across the way over here. There's another trail that you can take before you get to the first office or whatever. You can. There's another trail, and we took that once. That's a pretty good sized trail over there. Now, see, this goes. It just got dead ends right there. No, it's bone dry. It's been bone dry for years. It was bone dry last time we were here. Oh, this has snakes. Oh no. Why did it have to be snakes? Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go on. I'm not real fond of any kind of snake. And I'm not too proud to... That looked like a snake right there. I know, that's what I was thinking too. Actually, last time we were here, we did see a snake, a real little one. But I am not enough of an expert to tell which is dangerous and which are not. That's how bone dry all that is. That used to be the wetlands. I think it's kind of a shame.
It is when it rains.
No, it might be if we got real heavy rain. Yeah, it probably would be then. But sure not right now. We're not really in a drought, but
close to it.
We may be getting close to it again. But yeah, you can just tell how dry that ground is out there. Yep. Ridge up there. I always thought what would be interesting is if you worked out here, you could go a lot of these areas that aren't available to the general public. Now there is a spring-fed creek or whatever, but unfortunately you cannot access it. It's all on private property. And that's the way it usually goes. All the really cool stuff has been bought up. Yeah. Well, we're on the Lost Prairie Trail now. Okay, well, that's cool. I was going to say there might be a trail up there, but I don't think that's a trail.
I think the Lost Prairie goes up and around.
Oh, does it? Well, if it does.
Where we park.
Okay, well, I don't think we're going to take that way. Unless you just want to.
Well, let's just keep going.
Let's just keep going for right now. Oh, went to a cobweb. Or spider web, whichever you prefer. There's a lot of hills and gullies and
these chestnuts will make you lose your balance.
yeah.
You step on, you start rolling.
There's an old post down there. Yeah, you got to be careful about things on the ground, like she was saying, chestnuts or rocks, big rocks or roots, tree roots will hang you up.
Oh, I just about fell, so that's the reason I'm saying something.
Yeah, got to be careful, you know.
On a chestnut.
It's like I always say in my outros, you know, go out there and explore your world, but be safe, have fun, be aware of your surroundings. You know, that's just good common sense. Because you can get into some sketchy areas sometimes. No, this is not. This is perfectly safe. But 4 or 5 years ago when I was doing all those old bridges, I was in a lot of very sketchy areas. Now see, there's another, oh no, maybe that's not either. We may wind around over there eventually. But right now we're going down this trail here. A lot of fallen trees and branches. It always has been that way though. And you get a tree that's blocked the path or the trail, they'll come down here with a chainsaw and they'll get it all cut up. Like right here, that's been cut and moved out of the way. And then this one over here, there's one right there. And then there's one there that's been cut and moved out of the way. They do a good job keeping the paths or the trailways clear and mowed if it needs to be mowed. This is a dirt one we're on right now, but a lot of them are grass. trails. That's a real deep, what those called hollers, way back there. That goes pretty deep. Boy, it's so quiet. You can just hear a pin drop out here. And don't hear not a lot of nature, not a lot of things going on right now, but sometimes like you hear a lot of birds chirping and that sort of thing. See, there's a bunch of fallen branches. A part of the tree trunk right there. Now, see, this has obviously been cut. That's part of a fallen tree. And that's been cut. And there's the other side, I guess, over here. Well, I'd hate to climb that. That's a steep hill right there. Ooh. Gosh, I bet that goes up 100 feet. Ooh wee, wow. Of course, they're not supposed to go up there, I don't think. It's not accessible. Now that looks like that might have been a wash at one time. Water might have flowed down through there at one time. That's just pure speculation, but that's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, and getting back to what you should bring, you know, if you're going to be out for a couple hours, you still need to bring water and maybe an apple, an orange, or energy bar or some such thing. Of course, the longer you're out, the more you're going to have to bring. You should have like, what is it, a gallon of water per person per day or something like that. No, we don't bring gallons because we're not going to be out that long. Well, I think the trail ends right here. I mean, there is an end, but I mean, we're going to cut back around the other side. It is as far as this trail is concerned. Yeah, this is it. I don't want you going any further than at this point. There's actually a river, a creek.
And that spring.
Huh?
That's
Yeah, that spring's not too far from here, but unfortunately it's on private property. I think there's even a sign that talks about the spring. But, walking over this little bridge here. Okay. You kind of feel that bridge bounce a little bit. It's got a little concrete foundation there on each side. Well, there sure is. There's a little bit for stability. Okay, now we're going to go back the other way. It's a little bit more open through here. A lot of land out here. Okay, now talking about the woodpeckers. It says they eat insects and other small invertebrate, but will also consume seeds and fruits. Their feet are adapted with 2 toes in front and 2 toes in the back, which allow them to easily walk on the trunks of trees. Okay, yeah. Okay. These were worms dig in, or termites, maybe. Dig in this old tree trunk. Looks like it's been laying there a long time. That looks like the base of a tree right there in the center of the screen. That looks like it's maybe a base of a tree trunk or tree. Everything is still so green. It's hard to believe we're in the third week of October. We just haven't had a hard enough freeze yet. And everything's still, you'd think it would be, this could be like an August day. Of course, it'd be a lot hotter, but I mean, there's just nothing that, the leaves haven't even changed colors yet. Just looks like a summer day. Nature's carpet there. Boy. Now, are these mushrooms, or are these just... What's this over here, honey?
Mushrooms.
Look at that. They're just covered. These two tree trunks are. Look at all this.
That's what they do on the tree trunks, and they'll grow on these old tree trunks. Now, they're not edible now. You'd have to go in the spring or summer.
Yeah, they're not edible.
I don't know if those are edible ones anyway.
These may not be edible. These two tree trunks are just covered with them.
Yeah, see, they've hardened.
These probably aren't good, any good anymore.
No, they're hardened.
Boy, everything is so green. Yeah, we're trying to enjoy this while we can because it's going to be getting, sooner or later, it'll be winter, like probably November into December and so forth. Until about March or April. Oh, this says Trail Detour. Okay. Alrighty then. Alright, well, I guess we'll keep going. That's interesting. This little bridge here, footbridge. Doesn't need to be used right now. There's no water. So it just kind of dry docked here. Okay. Oh, there's somebody over there walking around. I think that's one of the staff out doing something this morning. Out looking for something or doing something this morning. Okay, I know where we're at now. We've been by this before. That's all concrete. I think there's no place in the nature center that's got concrete. The rest of it's either grass or dirt. That's been that way for quite some time. Oh, that's what this post says up here. Let's walk over this concrete here just real quick. Okay, Spring Creek Trail. We just got off of that, I think. Let's go over here and check this out.
Where you want to go?
Yeah, we're going to go on this way. I'm just going to walk up here for just a minute. Yeah, this is all concrete. And why they chose to do that here is, I don't know. Hear that water flowing underneath us. That just take us back where we just already been. Back up to the entrance, so we're going to go on this way. You getting warm? Wife's taking her vest off. I brought a coat, but I just didn't want to wear it walking around these trails because I just figured I wouldn't need it, and I don't. It's not bad out this morning. It was like in the 40s this morning, but it's not now. Okay, well, we're going to go on. I'll tell you what would have been the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned is if there would have been an old bridge down here that they used way back in the day. But there's not. That'd been kind of cool though. But I have come up a lot of these older bridges that it looked something like this, and it was just but a lot deeper. Just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. An old bridge or something, like a stone arch bridge, or I just know one of those old Pratt truss bridges. In fact, I think a lot of the so-called roads I drove on weren't much wider than this to find some of these old bridges. I did like 4 or 5 years ago. I still do a bridge occasionally. If you look on our channel, you can see them. They're sprinkled throughout our channel until you get to about 4 or 5 years ago, then it gets pretty thick. Buntings and baldies. Oh, the winter months are the best time to view the bald eagles. The tall trees in the far corner of this prairie or on the sandbar off the river trail are good places to look. Bald eagles now nest in Kelly County and can be seen year-round. Yeah, I know that for a fact. We've seen bald eagles down here in the past. Okay, now that just takes us to the river trail. So, why don't we cut back this way? What do you think? Just something different? Go back this way? We can do that. That's just the river trail. Oh, I don't know. We're kind of at a crossroads. Do you want to go this way instead? Let's go down this way a little bit and see what we can find. If it gets... I think we were down this way though once before. I'm just afraid that's just going to take us back where we were already been, but I could be wrong. But that's the river trail. We'll go down here a little ways and see what happens. There's a sign up here. We'll see what it says. It says, trail muddy ahead. Use either grass or alternate route. So what do you think? I don't know, right here the ground looks pretty dry. Let's see what we got down here. If it gets too bad, we'll turn around. Let's see what's going on down here. It was so dry it's cracked. Let's see what we can find down this way. Well, yeah, it does look like it's kind of muddy down here. Oh yeah, it is. They weren't lying. Okay. Well, I can see where it's all muddy on down too. All through there. Alright, well, let's just go the other way, I guess. I think you could, like I said, you walk on the grass, but yeah, I think we'll just go the other way. Pretty tall grass in through here. We'll just go this other way and see what happens. Oh, the wind's come up a little bit. I know June, July, and August we have some very high temps, triple digits. You would have thought this would have all been dried up. But apparently not. And we'll just go on ahead and see what happens, see where we wind up. Yeah, we were there last time. River trail, went down to the river. There's no piece of metal. Looks like skirting. Looks like skirting off a mobile home or something. That's what it looks like. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it a day. We took a very, very long trail. It took us about an hour to walk it, but we're just about to the visitor center. It's been a beautiful day today, no problems whatsoever. But we did take a very long, like an hour-long walk. So between the hour that I filmed and the hour that we walked, we've been here over 2 hours. But we're just about done for the day. Hope you enjoy today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And be sure to tap on that notification bell. Make sure that your notifications are on so that you can keep current and up to date with all of my videos. I do appreciate all of my subscribers very, very, very much. I thank you for subscribing enough to, liking enough rather, to subscribe to our channel. And those of you that watch and maybe you're not subscribed, to think about subscribing. It's totally free. It don't cost anything. And I think the next event, if nothing changes, I'm going to try to go to the Arkalala Night Parade, which is Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. Unless something changes, I'm going to try to make that. Of course, Arkalala weekend is coming up. As of right now, there's a pretty good chance of rain. But we're just going to keep hoping and praying that it avoids us and goes around us or whatever. So we enjoy our Arkalala Saturday. Remember to go out, explore your world. Be safe, have fun. Be aware of your surroundings. And like I always say, we will see you on the next video. So hope you have a nice day, and we will see you later. So goodbye for now.